What are the key issues this tax season that taxpayers should be aware of?
Well, they should be aware of the fact that the Wall Street brokerage firms are now required by the IRS to actually report the cost basis on the 1099-Bs. In past years, what the brokerage firms normally would do would be just to report the sales of the transactions, and they would not give the cost basis. It's now mandatory for them to do so. So prior to that, we really had a hard time finding the cost basis to a lot of trade sales. We try and call the broker, or we go online to try and find the cost basis.
What's the best way to maximize your tax return in 2011?
Well, know what deductions and credits that you're entitled to. Come to a tax professional such as H&R Block, and we will sit with you, interview you, understand your tax situation, and tell you what tax credits and deductions that you're entitled to, and you'll maximize that way.
What are some write-downs that people should be thinking about and adding to their tax returns to maximize the return?
If they qualify to make a contribution to an IRA, they can still do that now. That is probably one of the few, probably the only tax deduction after the end of the year, after the 31st of the tax year, that they can still make a contribution to and get a deduction on it.
Wow, that's a good thing to know.
Right.
What about charitable contributions? How can they play a role in helping you get a bigger return?
The first thing you need to understand is that you would have a standard deduction based on your filing status. And then when you looked at the standard deduction, if your charitable contributions were more than that standard deduction, you stood a chance of coming in and taking the charitable contribution. This year in 2011, you can take 100% of your charitable contributions, where in prior years, you could only take 50% of the adjusted gross income.
This market is
stock pickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to